Guys, it is 2Pro or Adam, and today I have a very interesting subject. I want to talk about or go over the timeline of when the zombies community was at its very best, at its very biggest, and kind of see how we got there and how we kind of got to where we are now. If you guys had to name one map or one DLC pack where you think zombies was at its very biggest, what map would that be? Please let me know in the comment section below. I'm always curious to see what you guys think as well. But I want to start off with a specific date, and that date is April 19th, 2016. For those of you that don't know what happened on this day, ZNS was released. If you look back now, ZNS was kind of in a tough or unfavorable spot because it was coming off of the massive success of DE, and DE right now is one of the best maps in all of COD Zombies, so it was a tough act to follow. And ZNS, it definitely was cool when it was first announced. The trailer, all that stuff was awesome, exciting, but when we actually got the map, a lot of people just weren't into it. A couple weeks after the release of ZNS, the community entered a really weird phase. Up until that point, I had never really seen anything like that in the community, and that was that no one was playing zombies during a Treyarch year. That was something that had never happened before. ZNS was such a letdown. People kind of just stopped playing zombies and just waited until the next DLC came out. So it was a time that wasn't definitely fun, especially as a YouTuber, but I think that actually helped propel the zombies community when the next map released. July 12th, 2016, almost 3 months after the release of ZNS. This was obviously the release of Gorod Krovi, and the 3 months leading up to this map, a lot of people either weren't playing much zombies or weren't playing zombies at all. They were just waiting for that next map, hoping it would be good, hoping it would be the DLC 2 we all really wanted, and obviously this map was an absolute home run. So since Gorod Krovi did so well and the map was so successful, and on top of that, they were able to kind of reel everybody back in who was kind of disappointed by ZNS, which was a large portion of the community. Treyarch really set themselves up for a fantastic DLC 4, and of course the last DLC map in that cycle is always a massive map for Treyarch. So Revelations was coming soon and people were incredibly hyped. Before the release of Revelations, Treyarch did one thing incredibly well when it came to the release date of this map, and that was just hyping up the community. The way they marketed this map was honestly quite genius. There's one quote that really stands out to me when I think of before Revelations, and that is, "The day of reckoning is here." When you look at the marketing for this DLC, there still were 4 MP maps, but the zombies map was the main focus. So going back to that quote, "The day of reckoning is here," it makes it sound like Revelations was going to be this massive monumental event within the zombie storyline, and this was going to be the end of zombies. That's what it felt like, and that's what a lot of people were thinking. So the hype, especially after Gorod Krovi, which was such an amazing map, was at levels we had never ever seen before within the zombies community. September 6th, 2016, Revelations is released. No early gameplay, no early capture events. We were all going into Revelations completely blind, not knowing what the map looked like, and that was something that rarely happens in Call of Duty Zombies. So we all go into Revelations, and no matter what you think of the map right now, I'm sure a lot of you don't like Rev now, but when Revelations first came out, it was phenomenal. And one thing this map did so incredibly well was pull on those nostalgia strings, and we all know how important that role of pulling on those nostalgia strings plays when it comes to the zombies community being at its highest points. But with Revelations going through this map for the first couple of times and seeing all of these OG locations, it felt familiar, but at the same time it felt new. On top of that, having the Easter egg take so long to solve, it really kept interest in this map longer than a normal COD Zombies map. 1 month later, Revelations released on the Xbox One and PC, and there was still a lot of interest for this map. There were tons of streams of challenges and Easter egg speedruns, all those things, theory videos, all that stuff was still going strong. And usually a couple of weeks after the release of the final DLC on the last platforms, in this case the Xbox One and PC, the interest for zombies slowly dies down until there's like zero interest at all. But one really weird thing happened. Now, interest definitely did die down, not as much as we were expecting, but then interest started to go up for zombies during a time when zombies should be completely dead. This was the beginning of the zombies streaming era, and there are a lot of different unique trends that flow through the zombies community, and this one was live streams. There were streams for zombies popping up all over YouTube and also on Twitch, and zombies kind of became one of the most popular and the most watched games on YouTube. So as the zombies grew more and more during this dead period, one really interesting thing happened in the beginning of 2017, and that was the release of Black Ops 2 on Xbox One backwards compatibility. BO3 Zombies was able to bring in a ton of new players, people who had never played zombies before, and a lot of these new players were kind of getting sick of playing so much BO3 Zombies, and they wanted something different, something new. And since a lot of these players have never played BO2 before, it gets released on Xbox One, and all of a sudden, the interest for BO2 Zombies goes through the roof. At this point, Zombies is pretty much just dominating all live streams in the gaming category, and it's one of the most popular games on YouTube, and it's all because of BO2 Zombies. It's kind of weird having an old game become so incredibly popular. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because this event, BO2 becoming popular, set up Zombie Chronicles so well, and it was almost like this fresh wave of content which was there the entire time. Even games like World at War and BO1 also became popular, and since we were playing all of these old maps so much, when Zombie Chronicles was announced and we have all of these old maps we've been playing for months getting remastered, it was just the perfect storm. May 16th, 2017, Zombie Chronicles is released on the PlayStation 4. This here, in my opinion, is the peak of the Zombies community, because this map was released in May. Zombies would be incredibly popular over the entire summer. Of course, 1 month later in June, Zombie Chronicles was released on PC and on Xbox One, and people just couldn't get enough of zombies. BO3 Zombies becomes incredibly relevant once again, since we were playing all those old maps and they're now in BO3. All of the old maps in BO3 feel fresh and new, and everything is good in the Zombies community, but of course it wouldn't last. In my opinion, after ZWC, which was of course the Zombies World Championships, the first one which I was involved in, after that, Zombies dropped pretty quick, and it dropped pretty hard. At this point, we were playing Zombies for 2 years non-stop, which is something that has never happened before, so we kind of needed a break. In that 1 year, or the entire life cycle of World War II, Zombies was hands down at the lowest point it has ever been, and here we are now. Of course, when BO4 launched, there was a ton of hype. but that died down relatively quick, especially since we had chaos maps for DLC 1, and we're going to have it again for DLC 2. Now, DLC 3 and 4 will be Ether maps, and there will probably be some massive conclusion to the Ether storyline, so there is still more hype, but I do think it will never reach the same levels that it did back in 2017. Like I said, it was the perfect storm, and everything went so perfect for COD Zombies, and because of that, it was able to reach those heights that we never ever thought it would reach. So there we have it, guys. That is what I think was the peak of the Zombies community, or my timeline, and I'm sure we're still gonna have some really hype moments. We all know that Chronicles 2 will probably come out, but like I said, I don't think we'll ever get to those same levels of hype that we had back in 2017. But besides that, guys, if the video, drop a like, subscribe for a ton of Zombies content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.